Hello and welcome to another episode of Making Diablo Clone in Lisp streams. So today I'm going to be doing some documentation again. So I've started this big project of, documenting the whole project itself in, the org mode and all of that stuff. I'm kinda not even halfway through yet, but I'm slowly progressing through that. So today I'm going to be actually documenting some interesting stuff. So let me show you. Yeah, so right now I have this big of documentation, and I mean, it's pretty big. But I guess I'm going to be adding even more today. Yeah, so today I'm going to be documenting the ECS. But I think before ECS, I have to make this small section about CastleDB format support, but it is going to be tiny. So let's start with that. Let's do it like I was doing it with the preamble and stuff. So I gotta copy that. And this would go to the file, which would be named, let me remember how, and src. So the file would be, I guess, castledb.lisp. Okay, so let me open my console then, and switch to that. So, no, not that. I'm gonna go to here to do the concat, and So I think the file I'm after is from source, I guess castledb.lisp. Yeah, this one. Okay, so column names are case insensitive. Okay. Alright. I guess I would move that into the docs then or something. Yeah, whatever. So, where was I? I think I gotta... Yes, I started with the preamble and then I have just this function. So how do I start this section? First of all, how do I finish previous? So we add that to have a star version, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the important detail. Okay then. So, CastleDB format support. So how do I put that? Like in castledb.lisp file, we have only one function that does, what does it do? That does loading from the text stream, right? Yeah, something like that. We have only one function that does load in the database. That does load in the database from the text stream. I probably have to mention the function itself. Which one is it called again? I think I gotta just open that in my Emacs already. So source castledb.lisp. Okay, so load castledb tables. Okay, where was I? So do we just put it the whole thing or just document that like bit by bit? I think I'm going to go with the last one. I'm just searching for the place where could I insert this comment about column names though. So column name, I mean, where is that even loaded? Column type, my keyword, getF column name. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I gotta just go with somewhere in the middle. Anyway, so let's just start bit by bit. Okay. So it starts with yeah, so it starts with reading the whole file, or like the whole stream. Okay, so we can just okay, what is this sentence then? The singular sheet object from aforementioned JSON could have custom property saved in props field called priority. Oh yeah, the priorities, right. Do I have something about... Yeah, I do have something about that. Alright. So it starts with reading the whole stream into the string, right? Into the string. I mean, where does that come from? Yeah, right, I gotta open Slimy, or Sly, sorry. So, yeah, right. So I think I gotta just quick load all of the stuff. And by the way, I think I'm quick loading the version that's not from this directory, but it's not a problem. Alrighty then. So again, let me close this window and go to that. Okay, so this is from Alexandria, right? Read stream content into string. Alrighty then. Oops, no, not that. I want my org file. So it starts with reading the whole stream into string using this one. Nope. It's one from Alexandria library. And then it supplies that string to Jonathan library. Also, I think I wanna give the link to Alexandria, right? Yeah. Library. God damn it. It does not help a lot, does it? Alexandria, right? This one. This Alexandria library. Probably I should give a link to here. Right. So I was puzzled by how awkward the links are in org files. Okay, Alexandria library, and then it supplies a string to Jonathan library's function parse to, well, parse the JSON contents of the original file, or how do I formulate that? The whole stream, JSON contents of the supplied file. Then I should change this supplies to something else, and then it, yeah, whatever, like feeds, it feeds the string to Jonathan's library function parse to parse the JSON contents of the supplied file. Or should I use some different word here instead of parse, like something like okay, what would be the synonym of parse? Synonym. 35 synonyms. Edit, check, examine, inspect, reverse, review, scan, scrutinize, review, notice, observe, watch. Oh, investigate. Classify. Well, those are not kinda IT related synonyms, aren't they? Skim is overlook. Yeah, right. 105 synonyms. Alright then. Decompose. Separate part. Decompose, huh? Okay, let's use this one to decompose the JSON contents of the supplied file to Lisp data. Yeah, that would be the correct way of putting that, I guess. So, yeah, I gotta give the link to Jonathan library then. Jonathan library. Yeah, well, this also haven't went very well. Is that the one? I'm not sure. Jonathan JSON library. Jonathan, yeah, I think that's the one, but what's that link? Ooh, wow. Jonathan. So it's kind of fast, isn't it? Okay, let me just have a look at that then. Oh yeah, I think that's the page. Yeah, that is the page. Okay, so let's just have this link. Shall we? Could I use HTTPS here? Oh, cool. So, to Jonathan library. I'm doing shit again. God damn it. So link would be this one, and then description, Jonathan library. God damn it, Jonathan library. Right, okay. So let's just have a bit of that function then. So name, so name would be, what the name would be, Locality tables 1, I guess. And src, so then goes the function. Okay. So then I think I gotta insert this one at the file here, and then yeah, here we go. So let's have a look at, well, how that looks. Right, so in castle.b.lisp file we have only one function, load tables, that does load in the database from the text stream. It starts with reading the whole stream into the string using read stream content into string from Alexandria library. Yeah, that's the one. And then it feeds that string to Jonathan library's function parse to decompose the JSON contents of the supplied file to Lisp data. Normalize all, pure normalizer string case. Right, null value null. Okay. Shits. Right. To decompose. Yeah, I gotta append something about this sheets property. To decompose JSON contents on the supplied file to Lisp data. And like, how do I? Then the function proceeds by getting the sheets property of the JSON that contains all data, all the needed data. Hi, how do not interested placeholders into your literate code, not only top level. Do you know, sorry, about inserting placeholders into literate code, not only top level. Babel will use placeholders in that phrase. Not only top level. So you mean like, no, I still don't get it. So you mean I kinda can take this bit and put it at some other place, like inside some other bit? Or you mean I can have this fragment in some other, like, org file? Yeah, probably there are a lot of different features in org, but, well, I'm still learning, so yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, so where was I? The property JSON that contains all the needed data. Alright. So let's see. Yeah, right. Then the function proceeds by getting the sheets property of the JSON that contains all the needed data. Okay, what happens next? So next we get this priorities, result, and yeah. Try insert placeholder instead of loops content. Insert. Okay. Instead of... Oh, I think I get it. So you can like insert this placeholder, I'm not sure about the term, but anyway, you can insert one into another, right? So you can put like right here, something like ASDF. Yeah, I get it. That would be a nice feature, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. But I guess my idea here is that I want to demonstrate like these bits of code right in the, well, I want to keep the, what's the word, the narrative. So I want to like describe what is happening and then just put the bit of code. So I guess I'm good with that. But yeah, I will remember about that. I'm just not sure about use cases for that. But yeah, that's a nice feature. Alright, so then, right, how do I describe it? For sheet, priority, columns, column processors. Wow. What is going on here? Lines, sheet name, do, wow. I'm having a hard time figuring out what this loop does. So lines is, and then set up the list. Oh, yeah, okay. Right, so all those fours are just initializations, right? And then this, like, internal loop, what the fuck this is for? Column, columns, column type. Oh, okay. I think I get it, kind of. Right. Okay, so let's copy this next bit. Alright. Then in loop body we initialize the results that would be returned from the function. And then this is the second bit. So I gotta copy it without extra lines here. Okay, so we initialize the results. Right, result, and the result, let's formulate it like that. The result placeholders. Placeholders. The hash tables that will be returned from the function. Or like like the dash. Should I put the dash here? The result placeholders? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so then what happens next? Next we iterate through the sheets contained in the CDB file. Yeah, probably I should have mentioned that this is loading from CDB file. Function that does loading the database from the text stream corresponding to .cdb file. Alright, so next we iterate through the sheets contained in the CDB file. Oops. I keep mispressing that button. Right, so I copy just this 4. So yeah, wait, so the sheets contained in the file. Right, so now the time for this priorities bit. So the singular sheet object from the JSON could have, is that grammatically correct? Could have had, how do I? So the object from the JSON file could, god damn it, I should translate it from Russian, I just not found that. May have? God damn it. So may have. God damn it. May have? Yeah, I gotta use another translator. Might have. May have. Okay. So the singular JSON object, yeah, the sheet object from the JSON may have custom property. Yeah, I think that's that. Oh man, my English is so bad. So the custom property saved in props field called priority. God damn it, I removed that again. This is weird. Sometimes when I press enter to pick some candidate from like auto completion, it just erases the next string. I mean, Emacs is just nuts. Okay, so called priority. Alright. Which is used to determine the order. How do I formulate that? Choose to determine the order or like the relative order, or well, it used to determine the priority, but that's kind of tautologic. Priority, which is used to determine the insert define auto-completion from enter to tab. You think so? Yeah, probably I should have, but I'm just too lazy to go and do that. But yeah, I probably could have. Yeah, let me just write that down. I think I'm even used to using tab. I mean, back in the days when I was using Vim, I think I was using tab to autocomplete. But then in Emacs, well, I just am using what it is giving me. So autocomplete. Enter tab. Yeah, I will look into that definitely. Alright, so which is used to determine the priorities of the databases, or rather of the, what is this singular thing there? So I think, yeah, file sheet, it is called sheet. Control tab, give me a moment. So control tab, yeah, it isn't working right now. So it's called sheet. So to determine the priorities of the sheets defined, or like of the priorities of sheets with identical name defined in different files. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. So the singular sheet object on JSON may have custom properties saved. Why saved? Is that the correct word here? Custom property residing, or like something like that. Saved. Yeah, whatever. Saved in props field called priority, which is used to determine the priorities of sheets with identical names, I guess, identical names defined in different files, like different CDB files. So we try to retrieve it. I mean, is it used anywhere? Yeah, it is. Subdef, the list. What is going on here? That hash should name priorities. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, alright then. So we try to retrieve this property. Yeah, again, how do I formulate that? We so we try to retrieve this property. I guess something like that. And I can remove this line, right? A single sheet, blah blah blah, information customer. Yeah. Okay. So the priority. And this is bit number 4. God damn it. So then, so I try to retrieve this property. So next we work on columns, or like on sheet columns, by retrieving them from JSON, by retrieving. Am I spelling that correct? I'm almost sure I'm not. Yeah, retrieving. Oof. By retrieving. I think I can close that. Yeah, so we work on sheets column by retrieving them, or like retrieving column data from JSON, and then by building, what are we building here? Column processors. Right. For column type, percentage list. What the fuck is going on here? I would list make a word name in case 1. Oof. Column type. Right. Column type. So it means like the column type could be only 1. Let me have a look. Yeah, not this one. Procs, kit, resources, tables. This one. Type str. Type str. Yeah, so it is always 1. I think I gotta open CastleDB. What's the word? Documentation. So operation data. Data model. So. Does it mention type str? Nope. Weird. Text. Yeah, whatever. Oh, hello. How you doing, mate? So I'm not sure what this number 1 means. Have I closed the file? Yeah, I think I did. Emo CDB, this one. So yeah, type str. So I think those are just strings, right? So if I add new column, yeah, I think it relates to those types, and unique identifier would be 0 and then text would be 1. Yeah, I think so. So let me just document that. So next we work on sheet column by retrieving column data from JSON, and then by building the list of the column processors, list of the functions. Wait, is that plist? Column processors for column append list make keyword? Yeah, it is plist. So by building the column processors, plist of the functions that would convert string values or like string cell values read from JSON into corresponding Lisp values. So right now the only supported type is one text, or like, yeah, is text, like that, numerical code 1. Or like numerically coded, 1. Note that we do, what do we do? Yeah, we call, wait, with import for string, yeah, that we call read on the values, so we support saving any Lisp data inside of CastleDB cells, inside of text, CastleDB cells, Right. And then I just copy the code bit here. So this is the bit number 5. And I want this bit. Alright. So again, I gotta copy it here. Oops. And yeah, okay. The bit number 5. Now we call blah blah blah. Okay, so let's have a look at that, shall we? Alright, so blah blah blah. Next we work on sheets columns by retrieving column data from JSON, and then by building the column processors plist of the functions that would convert string cell values read from JSON into corresponding Lisp values. Right now the only supported type is text, numerically coded 1. The only supported column type, right? It is, yeah, column type. The only supported column type. Okay. Alright then. The supported column type is text, numerically coded 1. Note that we call read on the values, so we support saving any Lisp data inside of text CastleDB cells. Alright, so what happens next? Dun, 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 dun. Locality. Right, so next we get what would be the word? The next step is to retrieve. Have I spelled that correct? Yeah, I did this time. So is to retrieve. What do we retrieve? The lines data, or like the actual data lines, or like rows, the actual data rows, or like database. Yeah, the actual database rows along with the like name of the sheet. Or like rather data rows. Yeah, so this is bit number 6. Right. Along with the name of the sheet, replacing like replacing underscores with the dashes in the former. Right, because I mean this is what is happening here in this substitute. Alright, so this is bit number 6. And I'm close to finishing this section. So sheet name, yeah. So next we iterate through the lines. Yeah, okay, let me just type that. So this is bit number 7, and yeah, priority, blah blah blah. So how was I doing it previously? Like further down, or like, yeah, my English is failing me again. Okay, let me just search for that. Yeah, further down the line. I'm not sure if one can use that in the beginning of, well, sentence, but whatever. So further down the line, we iterate through the data rows. Yeah, the list. Calling corresponding functions from column processors plist on the cell values and storing the results in result hash table. Result hash table. Along with storing sheet priority in priorities hash table. Priorities hash table. Dun, 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 dun. So let's see if that pops. So the next step is retrieve blah blah blah. So further down the line, we iterate through the data rows, calling corresponding functions from column processors plist on the cell values, and storing the results in result hash table, along with storing sheet priority in priorities hash table. Column value line. Column value. Okay. Column value. Get a column value function. Yeah. Okay. That looks like it. So finally, we return. The collected results from the LoadCastleDB tables. LoadCastleDB tables. I think I also want to put that node that was sticking here separately. So column names are case insensitive, and they are case insensitive because I do make keyword on them, right? Keyword should name. No, wait a sec. I have column processors. column. Where do I store this column? Setf get hash result. Yeah, the list. So lines. What the fuck is going on here? Lines. Weird. List optional result. Huh. The fuck? What is going on here? Do list. Yeah, sure. Common Lisp. The list in Common Lisp does what exactly? Oh, list form, result form. Results. Result form of form. I'm not following. Result form. The values returned by result form or nil as there is no result form. If return form is executed, the value is passed from that form. Results. Then the result form is evaluated. Text from statements, the scope. The binding var does not include the list form, but the result form is included. I'm not following that. Temp2. Am I modifying the lines as I go through that? I don't think so. So the list. Oh, I think I just processed that, right? I'm just doing setf right here. Man, mutable state is evil. So I'm doing setf getf on the line. Oh, now I see. Yeah, right. And then I'm just returning that line. Right. Okay. We iterate colon. I'm storing the not the result, but storing the modified row in result hash table, along with storing priority in the priorities hash table. All right. So where was I? Yeah, I was looking at why column names are case insensitive. So column and columns getf column type of star. Column getf column name happened, right? Dupy list column value line. I think they're just case insensitive because, well, they are keywords, right? I mean, this is how Jonathan library works. Oops. Let's have a look at, yeah, whatever. Jonathan. So keywords to read. Yeah, it just uses the keywords, right? To JSON helpers. Whoa, some classes there. Yeah, parse name, born, whatever. Where's key value? Expected elf. Oh, okay, alright. Where was I? So I think I want to note that somewhere here at the top. So where was I? The Jonathan library feeds the string to compose blah blah blah, then a function proceeds with unneeded data. Okay, so wait, I'm talking about column names, right? The column names, and those are not related to those keywords, right? The column names are like those, weapon class and armor class and whatever. So I reckon I'm doing getf name on that. Getf column name, yeah. Where was that? Name. Right, so, getf column processes column. I mean, how's that even working. Column. Urban class. Class. So this is the string, right? No, I'm not following. How would that even work? Because I'm doing the list here on lines. Oh boy. I'm not sure how that whole thing is working. Okay, let me do that. Let me just open another Emacs. Let me just open the game itself there. Like, okay, Parks, game dev, kit, C, and let's open castledb.lisp. So then let's have a REPL. Let's load the whole thing here. And then let's add a print here, right? Right. So then let's start the demo and have a look at those. Okay, so here we go. Here are the lines. Sound, armor class, weapon class. Now that is weird. Where's that file? Yeah, right, so those... So the object keys in the JSON are keywords, right? So... the keywords. And so because of that, I will do an actual conversion here. Okay, yeah, I got it. So where the only question left here is where do I put that note about case insensitivity? Okay. Note that the column names in the castledb files, castledb databases are case well, they are not case insensitive per se, they're case insensitive for the engine. So how do I put that? Now that the column names in castledb databases are considered or like are case insensitive in the engine, since at some point they are converted to Lisp keywords, or like to CL keywords. Got that. And probably I should put that into the parentheses. Yeah, right. And probably put that in bold, just to be more notable. Alright, so then the function proceeds, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is the bit 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Okay. And blah blah blah. Alright, right. 8. Alright, and that's that, I guess. So finally we return the collected results. Like as the multiple values from the load castledb tables. Alright, cool, got it. So let's have a look at this section I just typed in. I probably should close that by this point, and yeah, I don't need those. Oops. Alright. So let's reread that. So CastleDB format support. In CastleDB.lisp file, we have only one function, load CastleDB tables, that does load in the database from the text stream corresponding to CDB file. It starts with reading the whole stream into the string using read stream content into string from Alexandria library, and then it feeds that string to Jonathan's library function parse to decompose the JSON contents of the supplied file to Lisp data. Note that the column names in the CastleDB databases are case insensitive in the engine, since at some point they are converted to CL keywords. Then the function proceeds by getting the sheets property of the JSON that contains all the needed data. Okay, here we go. So then in loop body, we initialize the result placeholders, the hash tables that would be returned from the function. So next we iterate through the sheets contained in the CDB file. The singular sheet object from the JSON may have custom property saved in props field called priority, which is used to determine the priorities of sheets with the identical names defined in different CDB files. So we try to retrieve this property. Next, we work on sheets columns by retrieving column data from JSON, and then by building the column processors plist, or the functions that would convert string cell values read from JSON into corresponding Lisp values. Right now, the only supported column type is text, numerically coded 1. Note that we call read on the value. So we support saving any Lisp data inside of text CastleDB cells. Blah blah blah. So the next step is to retrieve the actual data rows along with the name of the sheet, replacing underscores with the dashes in the former. So further down the line, we iterate through the data rows, calling corresponding functions from column processors plist on the cell values and storing the modified row in result hash table, along with storing sheet property in priorities hash table. Okay, so finally we return the collected results as multiple values from the load CastleDB tables. And I think that's that. So the only thing left here is to see if that produces the correct file. So let's do the tangle. I forgot again how to do that. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V-T, I reckon. Come on, damn it. Why so slow? Yes, I think that's the time for some soda. Man, that took quite a while. So okay, we got 6 code blocks. Okay, so let's have a look at difference of this generated CastleDB.lisp and the source one. Alright, so I have the preamble here, and then I removed that node, so accept that. It looks just fine, I guess. So wait a sec. 15, 61, 40. Yeah, anyway, it looks just fine. So I think I can commit that by now. So were there any commits before that? So probably I should do the rebase. Give me just a moment. So yeah, there were no commits. Okay. So what do I want to commit here? I want only this section, right? Yeah, this one. So let's see. Edit CastleDB.lisp docs. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so now to the interesting part, the part about the ECS, or, well, Entity Component System. Okay, so let's start by typing that ECS stands for Entity Component System, which is a popular pattern in various kinds of games. Alright, so then this bit I had some idea in this week. So yeah, ECS allows in-game objects. Yeah, wait a sec. So what I wrote here, ECS allows in-game objects to be dynamically constructed at runtime with varying sets of object features called components. Incidentally, this approach also gives possibility to optimize performance by being CPU cache friendly. Alright, so just pop on the actual pattern in various kinds of games. Right, so it... Yeah, I feel like I should punch OP in the face here, so... And how do I formulate that? It... Again, my English is failing me here. So I want to say that, like, OP is bad, right? How do I do that? Okay, I gotta translate from Russian again. Because, well, I think in Russian, and yeah. The parts retreats. Those does not sound very, like, right. Well, it's not the train that leaves, it's like the idea that, like, the parches. Okay, I think that would be the word. So it departures. Yeah, how exactly? Yeah, probably deviates. It deviates from usual OP tight coupling by allowing in-game objects to be dynamically constructed at runtime with varying sets of object features. Like with varying sets of, yeah, of probably just features called components. So incidentally, this approach also gives possibility to optimize performance by accessing those components in CPU cache friendly way. Yeah, so I'm a tiny bit out of my depth here, so probably I should use some other texts. So first of all, there was some nice library called Flex. It's written in C. Yeah, right. It's written in C, and it is the ECS library, which is pretty good, by the way. And it features some nice documentation. So let me just find that. I can't quite recall where was that. They had some like nice pictures and something. So I want to use that as the example. Model, yeah, whatever. General questions. Is Flex fast? Yes, very. I reckon there was some presentation or PDF of sorts. I can just quite find it. Ooh, that's, yeah. quite complex. Well, first of all, I think I gotta have a look at the license, right? So it is MIT license, nice. So I reckon it was somewhere here in the docs, wasn't it? Like design. Manual. Ooh. No, I reckon there was some presentation. I just can't find where that was. PDF? No. Flex library PDF. Flex manual. No, this is something. Yeah, something. It's not that. If column processor can fail, you need to define restart to fix it. Yeah, most probably I do. Let me just have a look at that. So if column processor fail, yeah, I will most definitely need the restart here. But then again, I wasn't very like literate with the restarts, so I just started adding them in the engine recently. So yeah, let me just write that down so I won't forget. So which one do I open? This one. So castle.db.lisp. So castle.db. So I think here. I think I should start a repo, right? Yeah. So to do and restart. In case column processor fails, fails. Yeah, right. Thanks, mate. So yeah, probably just save it, and yeah, I would get back to that at some point. Right. So I was searching for that nice presentation, and I can't really find that. Okay, so I think I had it in some private project. So let me open that and have a look. I think this one. So, yes, I should have a link to that at some point. No, I can't find it here too. God damn it. I gotta search for that manually. Damn it. Like some presentation. Shit. Okay, so I think I can use like the search of GitHub here, right? Some presentation in this repository, yeah. No. Like PDF. This repository issues. I don't think that's the... Yeah. Damn it. I definitely recall they had some nice presentation. I gotta read the documentation then. Damn it. Join the Discord first. C99 API, C11 API, data relationships, RE preferred perfection. That board. Explorer. Yeah, this is a nice thing. I mean, this is library in C. This is good. I'm not using it, but yeah, probably I should. I'm kidding though. My ECS is pretty complex too. But this is a nice feature, right? Okay, so I want some docs here. ECS, fuck you. Oh, sorry, FAQ. Ultra flex resources section. Resources. Yeah, that's a lot of resources here, but I want this nice, pretty documentation. How CS is different. Our machinery. Oh. Type. Yeah, okay. Entity. Sparse ECS. How to? What am I reading again? ECS FAQ. Okay. Yeah, alright. It's not very helpful. Child of relation. Yeah, and they also got this nice, pretty looking documentation. But then again, this is not what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's the readme we just seen, right? Links. Discord medium. Alright, supporting Forex, language bindings. They have also bindings for Lua, which is also nice. Quick start. This document. Yeah, I think maybe... No. God damn it. Provides a quick overview. Short example. This is a good resource. Overview. Oh, this is quite complex. This is not the level I wanna operate on. Damn it. So if I have a look at quick start again, though. Nope, not that. Quick start. So yeah, flex quick start. This document. Damn it. Crap. What do I search in my history? Because I certainly have been opening that at some point previously. So September. Looks not for dummies. Is that the one? It looks like this is the one I'm searching for. Just GitHub won't open that. Damn it. Ooh, that's quite big. This is pretty big. And what about the license of that document? Yeah, let me have a look. Yeah, I think that is the document I was looking for. MIT license, okay. Right, so... Let me have a look. Yeah, I think I want to replicate some of those pictures that would follow. Yeah, those. So CPU fetches, blah blah blah, single CPU, many cores, CPU cache, blah blah blah, writing fast code, blah blah blah, hard drive, writing fast code. Why do not just make RAM as fast as CPU cache? Yeah, so this is some basic infos about CPU cache lines. I probably would just mention those by, well, by just having words. Yeah, what about threads, by the way? Different cores, so L1 L2 caches must be synced. The days on two separate addresses still happens, same cache line, false sharing. Data-oriented design is about processing data and the way it takes advantage to build this cache and organization threading. Alright. Right. Arrays of structs. Okay. I want to type some introduction here, some tiny ECS introduction. And probably I also want to give a reference to game programming patterns, right? Game programming patterns, yeah, this one. I reckon they don't have some like articles about ECS per se, right? But I have this, yeah, component. At least this one. So single entity to span multiple domains without coupling the domains to each other. Loose ends, back together. A single entity spans multiple domains. To keep the domains isolated, the code in each place contains component class, and it is reduced to simple container of components. Alright, keep in mind, simple code. Bjorn has update, frame by frames, spin out the domain, input component. I mean, this is not still exactly the ECS, but this is like the first step in that. Design decisions. Object creates its own components. Let's say provides the components. Oops, and the components communicate to each other. Referring directly, sending messages. Also. Does it even mention ECS? No, it does not. Entity. Yeah, it mentions entity. Okay, whatever. Alright, so the first step, like in converting or like in making OP classes or like OP based in-game objects, in making OP based in-game objects to be more cache friendly, is to yeah, and what is the first step? I'm a bit lost here. Yeah, probably should close all of those. Right, so what is the first step again? Struct wizard here and subtract wizard here. So what is... I'm not quite... following that. Oh yeah, I am following that. So here, instead of storing pointers to those structures, we are storing... No, wait. Oh yeah, we're just having the array of those. Yeah, probably I should just give some links to other more detailed, like, articles about that instead of trying to formulate it here. So it deviates from usual OP tight coupling by allowing in-game objects to be dynamically constructed at runtime with a variety sets of features called components. Yeah, I think I gotta give just some links about those. So first of all, let me just have that private project of mine, which has, yeah, this bit about ECS. So I have some links here. So resources, yeah, and the systems are the future of MMOG development. Okay, so for detailed description of ECS pattern, refer to following resources. I think I want that. So, the following resources, what would those be? What is an entity systems? Yeah, so this is kind of classic article. It is pretty old, but yeah. So wait a sec. Entity systems, yeah, okay. So this is the link. Entity systems, artificial development. Article series, is that the word? Article series? Yeah, I think that's the word. Okay, so oops. So then what else do I have? FAQ, yeah, the one that I've seen already, I think. This one. God damn it, not this one. Ugh. This was weird. Having to... Shit. I mean, what is wrong with just copying? God damn it. Ugh. I'm just starting to miss the buttons. Right, so FAQ it is. Resources, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is more like... Yeah, well, it also contains some FAQ. So, right, ECS FAQ it is, and then this is in Russian, and this is some YouTube presentation. Data-oriented design. Yeah, I probably want to... I probably want to have this watched by myself. Yeah, whatever. So, data-oriented SOA. Awesome entity component system. Then data-oriented design, component, data locality, spatial partition. I'm not sure I'm exactly using that or something. Memory processor. To use the pattern. Modern CPUs have caches to split and can ask memory adjustment to the reasons blah blah blah, make it eventually to improve performance by increasing data locality. Yeah, right. Object pool. I'm kinda not using that, right? Or like, am I? Damn it. And then this spatial partition, and that's all I have there. Yeah, sorry, I missed the chat. If you use Firefox, you can use an extension called copy as or mode links. No, I'm not using Firefox for quite a while now. Copy as org mode. Oh, that's interesting. Do we have this for, like, as org mode for Chrome? Firefox add-on? Nope. Yeah, I guess I'm doomed to do this manually. Yeah, but thanks. Alright, so those are the resources I want to mention. So yeah, what's that? Awesome ECS? I guess it is just the libraries, right? Engine. Yeah, that's the nice idea to call the game engine. Pretty self-explanatory, I'd say. Yeah, right. Oh my god. This is pretty hysterical. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Jesus. I mean, like, what the actual fuck? Engine. Yeah, it is pretty much that. That's a shame. Yeah, so it's written in C++ and yeah, whatever. Right, so where was I here? Other resources, ECS benchmark, blog posts, component-based engine design. Yeah, right, thought so. Data-oriented design. Okay, this is, oops, data-oriented design and now and in the future. Managing data relationships. Always low encoding style. Right. Docs and slides. Book. Data-oriented design. Entity Systems Wiki. I think I was having a look at that, right? Yeah, probably. What's an entity system? The S approaches. Yeah, probably I also want to give the link to that. Yeah, right. Right. Probably I want to give link to this presentation because it is pretty good to my taste. Alright, so where was I? Article series, so then probably this wiki. Do it have the HTTPS? That's weird. It redirects back to unsecure HTTP. Weird. Right, so entity systems wiki. Systems. So then compositional inheritance. Oh, hello. These approaches. Yeah, this wiki is not exactly like. Yeah, whatever. So then those links from here, and yeah, probably ECS FAQ. Oops. And this one, ECS FAQ. Oh, yeah, I almost copied this wrong link. So, which one would that be? I think I've put that to stars. Yeah, this one. But, I mean, kinda should I? Because this is the different library written in C, not exactly relevant to my engine. Yeah, probably I just won't. Okay, so I want to close that, and yeah, give those links. So component. But still, this is a nice presentation. It kinda is. Okay, so component, then spatial partition, data locality. What is a spatial partition? Efficiently locate objects by storing them in the data structure, then by their positions. Oh yeah, I'm kind of using that, but not in the ECS itself, right? Yeah, probably I would copy that for later. So where am I? Where am I using that though? So I do have for the. Yeah, I think I probably have to just search for the sparse matrix, right? Sparse matrix. Bum, bum, bum. So I'm using that in item system, right? And then in collision system for the yeah, so item system and collision system. Wrong number of stars. Which ones? Yeah. So like collision system. So in item system as well. Right. Pretty cool web interface, like all TCL/TK Windows system, gray windows, simple tabs, big buttons. I like it. Yeah, you mean this thing? Oh, you mean the my interface for GitHub, or you mean the thing for this flex thing? Which was it? Yeah, so if you're about GitHub, yeah, this is pretty funny thing. It's just the user style for the Chrome. You can use it in any browser with Temper Monkey, or how it is called. Yeah, Temper Monkey, I think. Yeah, this one. Or is it stylus? No, I think this is the style for stylus. Yeah, it is. It's called GitHub Windows Edition. Simple tabs, big buttons. Yeah. I think you're mentioning that, so I can give you the link. I mean, it is pretty outdated and it actually breaks GitHub at some places, but still, it's fun to use. I want to use this user style. Yeah, you can install it from this repository in like your browser using the stylus or something. So yeah, if you're using Firefox, I reckon there's also stylus for that. Yeah. I mean, I'm just using that to remember who is owning GitHub now. And, well, Microsoft is owning that. So this is kind of in style of old Windows 2000 or Windows, yeah, 9X. Right, okay, where was I? I wanted to insert those links. So kind of the contents, so chapters. So that would be chapters from so how is it called again? Game programming patterns, right? Game programming patterns. From game programming patterns book. So component. Data locality. Yeah, and then so I don't want to include spatial partition, right? Yeah, right. I just copied that for the further usage. So data locality and then object pool. What is object pool exactly? The pattern. Define a pool class that maintains a collection of reusable objects. A collection of reusable objects. Each object supports an in-use query to tell it's currently alive. When the pool is initialized, it creates the entire collection of objects up front, usually in a single contiguous allocation, and initializes them when they're not in use state. When you want a new object, ask the pool for one. It finds an available object, initializes it to in use, and returns it. Then, when the object is no longer needed, it is set back to the not in use state. These objects can be freely created and destroyed without needing to allocate memory or other resources. Well, I'm afraid that's not exactly the case in my engine. Yeah, because I do have like dynamic allocations for the objects. I think. Yeah, I mean, if the object contains non-planar data, so in that case, there would be some dynamic allocations of that data. like hash table or list of sorts or whatever. But if it is using some like integers or floats as the fields of a component, then it would be fine. Okay, I would just add this link anyway. So yeah, the component. So the next one is data locality. Data locality. And then continuous memory. Yeah, that's exactly the picture you would be able to see in some ECS docs. Right, so then, but still, I would have a hard time describing all that stuff. But yeah, let's move to that later. So, object pool. Oops. Alright. So for detailed description, it says pattern refer to the foregoing resources. Alright, so yeah, so I gotta just start describing those. So what do I have regarding the files? First of all, I think I have, well, the actual files entities.lisp, then components.lisp, and, well, systems.lisp, right? Yeah. And then I also have prefabs, which kind of builds upon ECS. Oh yeah, probably we'll talk about that later. Prefabs. Oops, prefabs. Do I even mention it anywhere, prefab? Nope. Just here. Okay. So, alright. ECS, so let's start with entities. And I think this would be the list file of those three. So let me just have a look. So we see -L. So src, what would that be? Entities, components, systems. Yeah, so entities is the tiniest of those three. Alright, so let's start with that then. Let me open that first. src entities.lisp. Alright. So I think I would have subsections for those. Entities. I gotta remember what I actually have here. So entities count, entities allocated, deleted entities. Alright. So entities children. Yeah, I also have parent-child relationships. Ooh. The current action. Why would I have it here? It's weird. Probably should have put that in, well, actions.lisp. Yeah, weird. Oh, this is like for like every entity, I think. Yeah, okay. Give me just a moment. Right. Okay, so make entity. Allocation entity, so then delete child. Delete entity. Entity valid, initialize, dump. Right. Okay. So entities.lisp contains a few global variables containing important entity data, or like containing important engine data, as well as a bunch of functions to manage entities and their parent-child relationships. Parent-child relationships. The former is not required for an ECS implementation, but we have it anyway. Alright, so let's start then. So I think I want this usual boilerplate to generate the code, right? So wait, what was it? And the SRC, yeah, right. Dun, 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 dun. Entities. All right. So preamble and then something. Right. So first of all, we define a constant denoting what? Denoting the invalid entity. Since entities themselves are just integer indices in some internal arrays, internal engine arrays, we use -1 as the invalid one. So this would be the constant, yeah, invalid entity. Invalid entity. Alrighty. So this goes here. So invalid entity it is. So next, we have global entities count and allocated entities data storage size. So those are like entity sizes or something. Entity sizes or counts. All right. So this is those two. All right. Entity counts. All right. So then we have these deleted entities, but I can't quite recall why do I have this Growable entity right there. Okay, I think I can formulate this anyway. So entity counts. So then we define deleted entities, which is the storage of the entities that were deleted. I mean, this is pretty obvious. If I delete which, yeah, like which stores the entities that were deleted with delete entity, I guess. Yeah, right. Deleted with delete entity described later in this section. So we store those to omit extra memory allocations in a few object creation hot paths, I guess. That's the way to formulate that. We store those to meet extra memory allocations. In your object creation hot paths. Yeah, something like that. So that would be, what would that be? Deleted entities. Deleted entities. Right. So how that? After that, we have entities children. Children, which, so yeah, what does it actually do? Entities children. When parent get hash parent. Oh, it is a hash table, right? Boom, 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 boom. So set of get hash parent entities children. Push the entity. Right. Okay, we have entities children, which stores child parent relationship data. Note that in the engine, like in engine, the entity can have only one parent, so we use a hash table from a integer to a list of integers here. Yeah, this is a list, right? The list, delete child, the hash parent. Right, okay. So entities children it is. And src entities children. All right. So next we have current action. Right. Oh yeah, also I want to mention this bit here. What is wrong with highlighting though? Yeah, weird. Super weird. So next we have global entities count allocated entity data storage sites. Note that initially, or like note that we have 144 entities allocated initially, which grows as needed. Alright, so right, so next is current action. You working? Yeah, kind of, but yeah, I'm free to chat. This is kinda, wanna play chess? No, sorry, I am incredibly bad at chess. I only know how, well, how the pieces are working, but that's that. I don't know any, like, combinations or whatever. You will easily beat me. Yeah, right, no problem. Right, so src. I'm just trying to document my game code here. So yeah. So there's children. How did they? Yeah, it's been kind of fine. I just woke up pretty late, but anyway, it was fine. How was yours? Current action. Yeah, that's nice. Right, so I think I have... No, I don't. Right, so what is going on here in this current action? Next, we like store... It's almost 12 AM. So, sorry, I'm very bad with AM, PM thing. Because in my country we use 24-hour system. So like, wait, let me just figure... No, I'm notoriously bad at that. Oh yeah, the day, midday, okay. I mean, at my place, it's like... Oh, you mean noon, like the... Okay. So yeah, at my place it's 20:46, as you can see at my clock. So yeah, I guess it makes your time zone like 4 hours or maybe 3, yeah, 3 hours after mine. So which would be like GMT plus 6, right? Yeah, Russia, exactly. So where are you from then? I mean, if your place is 12, it's probably more like China or even further than China. I mean, more to the east. Bro, that's my fair place. Yeah, okay, thanks. Yes, I mean, for tourists, it's pretty nice to visit. I'm from India. Oh, yeah, I see. I was thinking that you guys have the time zone that's more closer to Europe, like +5 or something. Oh, yeah, okay, +6. Right, so have you been in Russia? Which city have you visited? Or probably some city is your favorite? Russians are cool. Yeah, thanks, mate. I noticed you used sign-in block 1, sign-in block 2 for inserting these blocks into master block. Yeah, I kinda do. So you mean I can... Like, what can I do? I can kinda mix those blocks in one other block. Sorry, I'm not trying to... I'm not getting that. I mean, I'm not getting what can I do about that differently. Yeah, I'm out of soda. So, next to store current action for every... Damn it. For every entity there is, or like for every allocated entity, for every allocated entity in current action, growable vector. So growable vector data structure is a basic wrapper around what? Around a simple vector. Yeah. Oops. How do I? Okay. Simple wrapper around simple vector. And I can't link, sorry, please see Telegram chat. Oh, I visited Russia, but I saw some Hollywood movies which are related to Russia. Oh well, the Hollywood movies are not like exactly relevant to the truth, but yeah. Okay, thanks mate, I have it in Telegram, so how do I copy the link, god damn it. Yeah, okay, got it. So how do we import, expand Nova Perfs and evaluate the source blocks on our Babel? So define some functions, Python Nova, use them in the results exported block layer. Okay. What I want to happen is for devs to be expanded tangle style when the block is evaluated to produce the expert output. What actually happens is that devs get evaluated literally. It causes a syntax error. When tangling blocks like this into an output file, everything works perfectly, but I can't figure out how to do the same thing when I'm exporting the buffer. So this thing, I guess, does the expert, right? Use on the web, yes. You can use functions or the results. Strip experts. Sorry, I'm just too dumb to follow. I just can't, figure out. I mean, I'm just in the code right now too much. But yeah, I will look at that later with, I mean, when I will be more, or like less sleep deprived. See no web ref. Okay, give me a moment. I will give that a last try. No web ref. Web ref. Ref. No, I mean this is. I mean you mean this one with the underscore, right? Oops. So this is in Russian, but whatever. Was the first coding language you begin coding with? Ooh, that probably was BASIC, I think. Yeah, most probably it was BASIC. So, to quote Edgar Dijkstra, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing the name correctly, but yeah, the famous Edgar Dijkstra, who was working in the field of algorithms, he said that any student that was learning BASIC has suffered like the, how he put that, like the mental, well, anyway, that he couldn't be a real programmer anyway, but yeah, here I am. Huh. Oh, the other blocks are inserted in that. Okay, let me have a try then. Start with HTML, CSS. Yeah, at some point I moved to that too. Probably not long after having learned BASIC. Yeah, and then I had a lot of Pascal, so yeah, that was too. Am I looking here at the correct example? I'm not sure. Inserting text between methods. First class main. We'll call. Try it out. Ref. Oh, this is some weird. Okay, I will try to figure that later. Yeah, I will have a look. Right, have I inserted this link though? Object pool. Yes, I did. Alright. Where was I? Growable vector data structure is a basic wrapper around simple vector and is described in more detail in Growable Vectors. So I gotta have the this section called like that. So probably let's insert that. I don't know where. Dun, 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 dun. Do I use those anywhere besides the ECS? I don't think so. Perfs, events, actions. Events and then actions and render actions. I don't know, let's put it here. Damn it, those little flies. I drive in the nights. So growable vectors. Alright. Growable vector structure, basic property, term, blah blah blah, described in more detail in growable vectors. So this is, yeah, the current action for every allocated entity. Right, so next I should move to make entity. And yeah, so let me just have a look at how that all works. Right, ECS. So ECS stands for Entity Component System, which is a popular architectural pattern in various kinds of games. Deviates from usual OOP type coupling by allowing in-game objects to be dynamically constructed at runtime with varying sets of features called components. Incidentally, this approach also gives possibility to optimize performance by accessing those components in a CPU cache-friendly way. For detailed description of the ECS pattern, refer to following resources: article series, Entity Systems Wiki, ECS FAQ, chapters from Game Programming Patterns book, component data locality object pool. So entities. Entities.lisp contains a few global variables containing important engine data, as well as a bunch of functions to manage entities and their parent-child relationships. The former is not required for an ECS implementation, but we have it anyway. So first of all, we define a constant denoting the invalid entities, since entities themselves are just integer indices in some internal engine arrays. We use -1 as the invalid one. Constant blah blah blah. So next we have global entities count on allocated entity data storage size. Note that we have 144 entities allocated initially, which grows as needed. Then we define deleted entities, which stores the entities that were deleted with the delete entity described later in this section. We store those to omit extra memory allocations in a few object creation hot paths. After that we have entities children, which stores children-parent relationship data. Note that in our engine the entity can have only one parent. So we use a hash table from an integer to a list of integers here. Next, we store current action for every allocated entity in current action growable vector. Growable vector data structure is a basic wraparound simple vector and is described in more detail in 2.12. Okay, so the next step would be that function, so I think I gotta do this later off screen. So yeah, for today I'm a bit tired already. So yeah, I moved a little bit today, that's good, right? I gotta move more later. So yeah, get back next Saturday if you want more, and a Tuesday if you speak Russian, there would be a Russian speaking stream, so have a look at that. So yeah, that would be all for today. Thank you very much for watching, take care and goodbye.